bnha various as Angel Maria, Chapter 11. The city day of school, the first day of hero studies. Melissa chose Maria, she is Provo. It's the second day of school for Tony, so it's time to wake him up. I have the best idea. I got Nana involved with this plan. I hope this works. Okay, Nana, you know what to do. I speak. She smiles and we go. Commands Operation Don't Wake Up Tony to go to recovery room to do his final healing and go to class. Let's do this, she said. We opened his door and walked into his bed. Nana picked him up to not wake him up, and he started to walk him out of the room. Roll with me getting his hero stuff, like Dad said, and gave them into boxes. In its boxes. A small and the guys came in and carried the boxes, and we headed out. Nana took Tony to the recovery room, and when we headed to the classroom with the boxes, we got to the classroom and we saw Power Loader finishing the shelves for Tony's stuff. They had costume holders, and weapons. We smiled and put the costumes and weapons it went well with, and it was hard with the hammer, but we got Thor to put the hammer in its spot. We got it in places, and then we closed it and went out of the room, and no one was there. We headed to the recovery room to see what was happening. The recovery was taking out the bandages and casting a smile. There was no scars on his face, and he looked so calm. He was still in his hero suit, so he kept it on because Ricardo did not want to cut it off of him. So she did the surgery in a special way. I smiled when she was done and Toy woke up. Hey, why am I in the recovery room? He asked. And we all laughed and he smiled like a dork. Because I finished your healing process and you are all healed, so you can go back to school and work, said Recovery Girl. He smiled and hugged her and ran out of the room to his changing room to change out into his school uniform. He left in the school that day. He came back and Ricardo did his hair. He kissed her cheek and kissed Nana's cheek and then kissed my cheek and went to class. We all laughed and I went back home to get ready for school. I was ready and knocked on the door. Where is your brother? He asked. He is in class for his class, he is in class waiting for his classmates. I spoke. Oh, he said. Yeah, if you need him, go there. I spoke. Thanks, Millie. I need that one, so Dad might. I left and went out, headed to school and get some work done before class. I smiled. I hope he will be okay, I thought, getting into the school and walking to my classroom. I sat in my chair and looked at everyone who was there. Then one of my friends walked up and asked this. Hey, Mill, is your brother okay? Asked Jason. Yeah, he is, I said to him. That's cool. So, like, does he always get hurt? Asked Jason. Not all the time. It's just sometimes he does, I spoke. So, do you want to hang out after class? Asked Jason. Sure, my place, I spoke, knowing my brothers protected me. Cool, meet you after class, said Jason. The teacher walked in. Her name was Mimi Todoroki, and she was the one to tell me that it was going to be okay. She is the nicest teacher ever. I smiled and she smiled back. We started class and it was going great. I loved having her as a teacher. I wish brother would meet her already so she could be his girlfriend and then Chitor could be his boyfriend and Ray as well, and that's W. Shoto is his classmate. Man, all the Todoroki family. I smiled and wrote what's on the board and the class was great and Dad would be happy for me. That's Bravo. I was with Melissa to stop Operation Take Toy to recover girl, so we went to his door and Melissa said, okay, Nana, you have to know what to do. She spoke. I smiled and we commenced Operation Don't Wake Up Tony to go to recover girl room, do his final healing and go to class. So let's do this, I spoke. We opened his door and walked to his bed. I picked him up, not to wake him up, and started to walk him out of the room. When the rest started to put toy stuff in boxes, when I walked out of the room. I looked at Yagi, he mouth to go. So I ran with Tony in my arms, and I got to recover. He was smiling in his sleep. I got to the recovery room. He was smiling in his sleep. I opened the door with my hand, and Ricardo smiled at me and told me to put Tony on the bed and started to heal him. And when that was done, she started to put steps in her hair, and the door opened, and Melissa walked in. I smiled, and Ricardo started to take the bandages and cast off his arm. And we saw he was fully healed, and he started to wake up. "Hey, why am I in the recovery room?" he asked, and we all laughed, and he smiled like a dork. "Because I finished your healing process, and you are all but healed, so you can go back to school and work," said Ricardo. He smiled and hugged her and ran out of the room, and she changed his clothes, to change to his stranger room, and to change into his school uniform. He left in the school that day. He came back and Ricardo did his hair. He kissed her cheek and kissed my cheek and then kissed Melissa's cheek. I went to class. We laughed and I headed back to the teacher's lounge to get some work done. When I got there, Gran Tornino asked me this. "Where were you?" he asked. "I was with Melissa to take Tony to the recovery room for his final heal process." I spoke. "Oh," he said. "I know, it's shocking. He is better at healing than All Might." I spoke. "He really is," he spoke. We went back to do work, and I thought how was Todd doing in the classroom, so I got up to go and check on him. So I went to class one day and saw him sitting in the classroom with no one in there, not even Ansel Shota was in there, sleeping in like always. He was seeing a beautiful sun, and he had his eyes closed. "I was dreaming of at the time we met all. We met all the time my heart skipped a beat. Was for you and only you all," he said. I smiled and left the room. I went back to the staff room. When I got there, I sat in the chair, still smiling. "What did you saw?" asked Torino. "He was singing a love song." I spoke. "Oh, that is new," he spoke. "Yes, it is," I spoke. We laughed and went back to work. Me and my lover looked over our papers and we heard a scream. "Ah!" We got up and headed to the scream. It came from one day. "What's going on?" we asked. At the same time, seeing Zoe being cornered by a perv in his shirt unbuttoned to show his chest. "I knew you had boobs," said the great prepared boy. "Get off of him, our little "Get off of me," our little angel said. "Granddad, Grandma, help," he said, about to cry. I ran and got my grandson. My lover kicked the boy, and the other heroes ran into the room, including Azu. "What's going on?" he asked. "The boy harassed your grandson," we said. "We will move him to general studies and place Shinzo into the hair course," said Nazu. "Thank you, Nazu," we said. Santos grabbed the kid and Nezu found Shinzo and told him to get his stuff and bring it to the hero course. He got moved because of a problem. He got moved because of a problem. Shinzo brought his stuff and saw Toy in my arms, and he ran to us and he put Toy in his arms. "Are you okay, Angel-sama? Are you hurt? Did that purple grape head hurt you?" he said. And my grandson buried his head in his neck and cried. I was shocked that this boy cared for him like that. The kids walked into the room and then see Toy crying into Shinzo. They ran to him and asked what happened. He said that Mineta harassed him because he found out that Toy had little boobs, and that Mineta undid his shirt and tried to bury his face in his boobs. They were mad, and Shinzo said that Mineta was put into drill studies and he was in the hero course. They smiled that he could protect Toy from Mineta. They went to their seats and Toy was sat in his chair, and Momo helped him do his buttons on his shirt, and then she went to her seat. I left knowing they can take care of Toy. And when I was back in the teacher's lounge, I went to the couch to lay down, and I saw All Might was there. I knew what he was going to ask, because he was in his real form.